Thanks for stopping by. I'm using the Death Ritual Spear, and I didn't really feel like wearing armor, so I just I basically just have the prisoner shirt and the commoner's headband altered. And I'm using the Spear Talisman and Crimson Amber Medallion, and I forget, I think I'm using the Intelligence Talisman as well. And I think that's pretty much it. I switched later from the Intelligence Talisman to the Blue Dancer charm, because I have a light equip load, so I figured why not. But for these first couple duels I just didn't have it, so I had to go out and get it. So in the Flask, Crimson Bubble tier, and the Magic Crystal tier. The Ash of War for this thing, it's not that great. It's okay. I mean, but it's really not. It's so easy to avoid. It's so slow to activate. It has pretty long recovery for how bad it is. So it's just not really all that useful against most people. You know, it's like you can easily just... You don't even have to run, you just have to move sideways, and you can easily avoid, like, all of it. So, you know, really not all that great. It's okay against, like, casters with, like, long cast times, but other than that, it's basically useless, you know. At least with the way I'm using it, so, you know. Really, having no armor is not the way to go about it, but I was tired of looking at the veteran set, so I wanted to switch things up and wear something else. So I decided to wear basically nothing. And it made the fights a lot harder, but it did help me to practice my spacing, though, because basically have to avoid getting hit at all costs. So it was definitely a challenge, but it was pretty fun. Let's see. What else can I say about this, other than I think the Ash of War sucks, and the overall moveset is okay. I do like that the heavies are horizontal slashes. I do like that, but it wasn't really all that beneficial because I don't have any poise. I literally have one poise. So, you know, if I would have gone for that, I would have just, you know, probably been killed. So, you know, I do like that they're slashes, but I wasn't really able to use them because I just can't trade with anybody. So, you know, but I do think that they're pretty good. The Ash of War, once again, just not good. I tried free aiming it, but you don't really have all that much control, to be honest. So you have to, like, preemptively look in the direction that you want the spears to go. So, you know, it's like you basically tell the enemy, like, where you're going to you know, use the Ash of War, so it's pretty challenging to actually hit people with it. You know, but I think it looks cool. I just wish it was a bit better as well. I just wish it had tracking, to be honest, but it doesn't, so it's just kind of not all that great. I do like the look of the spear, though. It looks really cool. You know, but it's funny, for some reason I had a guy get upset at me for using this, and I don't quite understand why. He used the point down gesture at me after he beat me, which, if you don't know, it's something that you do usually if you don't like, if the person is using something like extremely cheap or annoying, it's kind of just mainly to be used to like disrespect people. And so I kind of didn't understand that because he had like the full veteran set, and you know, he was using like swapping to a bunch of weapons and that kind of thing. So I just I didn't quite understand why he was so upset at me not wearing armor and using a spear. That isn't really all that good anyways, but I thought that was strange. I had a few people point down at me and I just couldn't get it. It's funny, there was this one guy, his name was I'm better than you, and the only thing I was thinking during the entire fight was, man, I wish this guy had a better connection, because he was just teleporting all over the place. So I wish his name was I had a better connection than you, but sadly that wasn't the case. And so it was just an extremely laggy fight, and he was using Bloodhound Step as well, so you know, I just did not want to put that in the video because it's just annoying, so you know. But yeah, I had like 3 people like get upset at me, so I don't know. I don't know why, but hey, whatever. That's fine. But yeah, obviously, you know, you can just make it work as a regular spear. The Ash of War, you might as well just forget about it. But it works okay as a spear. You know, obviously you want to have armor that's got poise, unlike me, but you know, once again, I just so tired of looking at, you know, high poise armor sets, so I just didn't want to even bother. You know, I've been slowing down. I haven't been playing the game as much recently because the PvP is so incredibly stale, and it's partly YouTube's to blame because, you know, it's like if I see a weapon and I can almost immediately guess what kind of Ash of War is on it because, you know, I've seen a YouTube video with a person using the same weapon with a certain Ash of War, and so I go into the game and I see someone using that weapon. I'm like, oh, they've got this Ash of War on it. And with the amount of Ashes of War and the amount of weapons, it should be really hard to tell what Ash of War someone is going to use. But it's almost the exact opposite in reality because people are just so, I don't know, uncreative, I guess. So it's it can be quite annoying running up against the same builds and same strategies, and so I just haven't been playing as much. It's been kind of boring, but I had a decent enough time using this, but that's pretty much it.